Welcome everybody to the Daily Antidote of Song. Beautiful souls in the room with us today, who I'm sure many of you have met before. Greetings from Oxford in the UK, and welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. I didn't check in to see what day we are at. It must be 1000 plus. Somebody can help me with that later on, but just to welcome you all into the room. Thank you to Carpe Diem Arts for keeping the Daily Antidote of Song coming through to us all every day, a song a day. It is day 1644. There we go, 1644. That is a very big number. Welcome to Dory and Ollie, Hoda in British Columbia, Susan in Cincinnati, Laris in the UK, David and Elsie in Oakland. Welcome to Trish from Victoria, Athena in Brooklyn, Sheila in Florida, Linda in Orcas Island, Bob, Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Fred in Silver Spring, Maryland, Kathy in Colorado, Sue Miller in Seattle. Welcome to Anne from Nashville, Adele. Welcome to Jim in Maryland, Sarah Hartigan, Kat Cox in Vermont, Bonnie, Idaho. Welcome, Deborah. Welcome, Linda in Orcas Island, Bob. Oh, and we've done the Bears already. Apologies. Welcome to Becky and William and Pauline, Shizuka and Phil. Julie Huff, Nancy in Washington State. Welcome, Cricket. Hello, Sarah in Texas. Hello, Isabel Coots. Bob Gaser, welcome. And welcome to Elizabeth in California. Anne in Silver Spring. Welcome to Marcia from Huntsville. Diane in Puerto Rico. I believe that is everybody. Excuse me if I missed you on the way in. I will catch you on the way out. We also want to welcome everybody who's on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And hello, a big hello to Dan and Claudia Zanes, who are joining us from Maryland. I think many of you will, as I said, have met them before. It's my first pleasurable meeting, brief meeting. I am so very much looking forward to hearing all the offerings. I think it's multiple offerings today, not just one, which is a real treat. But just to say that today's session, today's songs are in solidarity with the community of Springfield, Ohio. And I believe these beautiful artists, Smithsonian Folkways recording artists, are going to take us on a trip to Haiti. And Dan and Claudia, I leave it in your warm and loving hands.
Thank you, Namvula. What an introduction, and what a privilege to be here with you all on this it's gorgeous here in Maryland on this Saturday. So, yes, we are thankful. We are grateful to be together. Community is more important than ever. It's always important, but these are really rough times that we're moving and shifting through right now. So, we feel truly honored to be here to uplift the people of Haiti, the people of Haiti. And so we want to share songs. We want to sing some songs with you all today. And this first tune, Dan and I are going to do with you all is a Haitian folk song called La Sirène. And La Sirène, I think we've done this in the space before, but for those of you who don't know about this song, this is a Haitian folk tune that speaks about a mermaid. And I like to describe this because I think it is important. So La Sirène is the goddess of the sea, and she lives in the depths of the ocean with her cousin La Ballen. Okay, so we've got La Sirène and La Ballen, and the way the story's been told, it's kind of like, imagine you're on the boat and you're looking out into the water, and there she is. She's the goddess. So if you lock eyes with her, it's amazing. It's said she's so beautiful that wherever she goes, she travels with a mirror so she can gaze at her beauty. It's just what they say. I've not seen La Sirène, but those are the stories that have been told to me growing up. And I also like to emphasize that this is not your red-headed mermaid that we are singing about. This is La Sirène is the dark skin, beautiful brown skin, long black hair goddess of the sea, and way older than the red-headed mermaid as well. Okay, so in this song, we imagine we're on a boat, we're on the water, it's a gorgeous day, and we look out into the water and we see La Sirène. We can't believe it. So as we lean over the edge of the boat, our chapeau tombe. Okay, the chapeau is the hat. So can we all do this motion here and say Chapo tombe? Your turn. Chapo tombe. Now listen to this part. Chapo tombe na la mer. You try that. Chapo tombe na la mer. That's right. Okay, so if you sing that with us, you're pretty much singing half the song with us. And I believe Aaron's going to put the lyrics into the chat for us. Thank you so much. Let's go. Let's take that boat ride. Here comes your part. La sirène, la baleine, chapeau tombe dans la mer. La sirène, la baleine, chapeau tombe dans la mer. La sirène, la baleine, chapeau tombe dans la mer. La sirène, la baleine, chapeau tombe dans la mer. Tapete la sirène, chapeau tombe dans la mer. La sirène, chapeau tombe dans la mer. Ouais, ma pété avec la sirène, chapeau moi tombe dans la mer. La pété avec la sirène, chapeau tombe dans la mer. Ouais, la sirène, la baleine, chapeau tombe dans la mer. La sirène, la baleine, chapeau tombe dans la mer. La sirène, la baleine, chapeau tombe dans la mer. La sirène, la baleine, chapeau tombe dans la mer. Dansez! Woo! Chapeau tombe dans la mer, la sirène, la baleine. Chapeau tombe dans la mer, oh la sirène, la baleine. Chapeau tombe dans la mer, la sirène, la baleine. Chapeau tombe dans la mer. Merci, on file. Yes. Wonderful singing. Y'all looked fabulous. My goodness. Some serious moves. I loved watching and couldn't hear you, but I know the energy was there. That was wonderful. And I want to shout out, I want to say Mpap Pale. We've got some special mamas on this call today, Haitian mamas, with a Joe up there on the screen. There they are. So let's give a big wave to Sir Yolette and Sir Micheline. Okay. Bonjour. Est-ce que nous connaissons ça, nous fin chanter?
Nous te connaissons les lettres petits là.
Ah, oui. So, petit blanc, les enfants, oui, le petit créole.
Moi, quand on fait connaissance.
Yeah, so just chatting here with Yolette and Micheline, I was asking them if this is a song that they were familiar with, and they said as children they sung this song as well. And I asked her if my white waspy husband did all right with his Creole, and they said he did a very fine job. Wonderful. Oui. All right. So so this is again one of those songs that, like they said, it's a song that I don't know how far back it goes, but my mom sang it as a child. As you saw, our two mummies here have sung it when they were young as well. So it's one of those songs that just keeps on going, and all the generations sing this tune. So thank you for joining us on that one. We're gonna change pace a little bit, and which one are we going into now?
On Tifi?
Yes. Okay. So this one is called, we did this with Dr. Barnwell a few weeks back, and we had such a good time with it. We said we need to bring it back. This was a song called On Tifi. This is also on our new album called Pieces of Home, and it is the one Haitian song on the album. And I love this story. This is again one of the ones that my mom would sing to me, and she would tell us the story about how this was about a wife and her family, her husband and the kids. They decide they're going to have dinner at home. The father and the kids go out for a walk, and she says, I'm going to prepare the meal. And she's home, she's cooking, she's grabbing all the spices, she's boiling the water, she's doing all the things. And what happens is she puts the chicken into the pot to be cooked. And when she puts the lid on top of the big stock pot, the chicken bursts through the pot and flies up to the ceiling and flies out the window. And there goes dinner. And she is like, what am I going to feed these people when they come home? So this is the story of the woman preparing her meal. And the lyrics that we all sing in this song is the lyrics that say Mpap Pale, which means I'm not saying a word. I don't know what just happened, but they're going to come. There's some hungry folks that are going to come home looking for a meal, and I'm not even going to tell them what just took place in this kitchen. So we're going to say, Mpap Pale. Try that with me. Mpap Pale. And then you do it again. Mpap Pale. One more time. Mpap Pale. And the fourth one changes to Mpap Koze. Mpap Koze. Okay? So my mom likes to say, Auntie has a different story, but my mom likes to say that what it was that Mama forgot to kill the chicken before she put it in the pot. And so that's why the chicken burst out the pot and flew out the window. So that's your part in this song. You can dance, you can play along, and here we go with On Tifi. Ouh! I swear ma fait un bon manger pour famille, Mwen. M'gen un petit boule, m'gen Laila. Ok, m'gen épicio. C'est On Tifi qui t'a pris ton pour la péter chaudière, pour la voler la lème Mpap Pale. C'est On Tifi qui t'a pris ton pour la péter chaudière, pour la voler la lème Mpap Pale. We sing Mpap Pale, Mpap Pale, Mpap Pale, Mpap Koze. I see Susan. Mpap Pale, Mpap Pale, Mpap Koze. C'est On Tifi qui t'a pris ton pour la péter chaudière, pour la voler la lème Mpap Pale. C'est On Tifi qui t'a pris ton pour la péter chaudière, pour la voler la lème Mpap Pale. Oh, Mpap Pale, Mpap Pale, Mpap Pale, Mpap Wonderful. Susan, I don't know where you found that chicken, but that was incredible. Thank you.
She knew.
She knew.
And I have 5 chickens in my garden, so this song made so I was loving this song, and my
Oh,
put one in the pot, and I'm like, no, not
I
that.
know, right? My brother and I, when my mom would sing this song, we would laugh and laugh and laugh because you can visualize this. I think that's the beauty of these Haitian stories is they're so lively and animated. And we just thought it was hilarious. The thought of this chicken, like there goes our dinner's flying away. Like that was just the funniest thing ever to us. Wonderful.
Many thoughts, but I think you've got one more song for us.
Yeah.
But
Which one did we
I'm
say?
so observant of all the joy that is in this space today. So I just want to say thank you for all the smiles that you're bringing into these into faces and hearts. And I'll
Thank you.
take it away for your third song.
Yeah, and I mean, before we even go into that third song, I think what is just lighting my heart on fire is, again, Haitian music is so celebratory, so joyous. You know, I just love the emotion. So being here and singing Haitian songs with you all is just like filling my heart to the brim. So thank you so much.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of is I kind of wish you guys had been, singing at that Trump dinner that happened that we heard about on this side of the maybe the conversation would have taken a different turn, if there'd been a little bit more joy and that's
Yeah.
understanding that actually, like, there's so much joy in togetherness,
That's
but we can
right.
talk about that more after.
Absolutely.
I'll let you bring more joy into our
Absolutely.
hearts. Keep bringing
Thank
it
you.
in.
Thank you, Navala. Okay, so this next song we're going to do, again, it just speaks to the Haitian people. This was a song that was written many, many, many years ago about a former president, President Hippolyte, Florville Hippolyte, who was the country's president. And it was said that he was traveling to a certain part of the country called Jacmel. And this is a part that you would get to usually by horse. And he was traveling with his entourage. And it was a gorgeous day, kind of like today in Maryland, with no breeze, just no humidity. It just was a nice, still day. Sun was out. And as they were traveling, see, the thing about Haitian people, there's a lot of superstition. And so something happened that should have turned his little horse around and the rest of the crew and said, you know what, maybe this is not the day for us to travel. But they said, no, we're going to keep on going. What happened was his hat fell off of his head. So a special kind of hat. Now we're talking about the Panama. Can you say Panama? Yes, it's a special kind of hat. And so this part, he's Panama'm Tombe. Okay, so what happened was his Panama'm Tombe, it fell onto the ground. And everyone was like, I don't know about that. That is not a good sign. If your hat falls on a perfectly still day, we know that this means we're not meant to be doing what we're supposed to be doing, what we're trying to do. So he said, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just whoever's in the back, can you please hand me my hat so I can put it back on and we can just carry on our journey. True story, y'all. He did die of a heart attack shortly after. And everyone was like, if he had listened to again, it was a bad omen. If he had listened to the signs and turned around, that probably would not have happened. But in true Haitian fashion, even with the heaviest things that happen to the Haitian people, we still find a way to find joy and to celebrate. And so this is the song that came out of this experience called Panama'm Tombe. So that's your part in this. And Aaron's got the lyrics in the chat. All right. Mwen sorti la ville Jacmel, mwen prale la vallée. En arrivam Kafumbene, Panama'm Tombe. Mwen sorti la ville Jacmel, mwen prale la vallée. En arrivam Kafumbene, Panama'm Tombe. Chante, Panama'm Tombe, Panama'm Tombe, Panama'm Tombe. Sa guide, ramase li pou mwen. Panama'm ramase li pou mwen. Oh, mwen sorti la ville Jacmel, je prale la vallée. On arrive Mpap Pale, Panama'm Tombe. Mwen sorti la ville Jacmel, je prale la vallée. On arrive Mpap Pale, Panama'm Tombe. Chante
Panama'm Tombe.
Panama'm Tombe. Panama'm Tombe, sa ki derrière, ramase li pou mwen. Panama'm Tombe, Panama'm Tombe. Panama'm Tombe, sa ki derrière, ramase li pou mwen. Oh, mwen ti kote Panama'm mwen, ramase li bon mwen. Mwen ti kote Panama'm mwen, ramase li bon mwen. Bon kote Panama'm mwen, ramase li bon mwen. Mwen di kote Panama'm mwen, ramase li bon mwen. Panama'm mwen, Panama'm mwen, Panama'm Tombe. Panama'm Tombe, sa ki derrière, ramase li pou mwen. Panama'm Tombe, Panama'm Tombe. Panama'm Tombe, sa ki derrière, ramase li pou mwen. Panama'm Tombe, Panama'm Tombe. Panama'm Tombe, sa ki derrière, ramase li pou mwen.
Oh,
Merci beaucoup.
merci beaucoup à vous.
Beautiful. Thank you all for singing with us, celebrating with us, uplifting the people of Haiti with us, people of Haitian people of Springfield with us. It was really special. Thank you.
Please let's give a big, big, heartfelt and soul-filled gratitude to Dan and Claudia Zanes. And I was just wondering if you could speak a little bit both about, I mean, like many cultures where there's been a huge amount of mixing, a huge amount of beauty comes out of it. And it's something that I think gets lost in the politics of separation and the politics of speaking hatred about other people. And I think we constantly need to be reminded about how rich mixing is for us culturally, for us spiritually, for our hearts, for our ways of being. And I just wondered if you could reflect or give your reflections on that. And my second question was just about, there's so much joy in the songs that you bring, and so much a real spirit of like communal involvement. And even though we're all on mute, you feel like you're singing with a whole bunch of other people, and just also reflecting on that, and how, just your thoughts on how you've witnessed, maybe things you've witnessed in terms of how music has moved people to come together in ways that might be surprising or unexpected or particularly moving to you. Yeah.
Thank you. Wow, that's a lot. Rich questions. I really
Sorry, and I
appreciate
don't have
it.
no time, so this will be like a nutshell. 30
Yeah,
seconds.
these are fantastic questions. Yeah, I'll try to nutshell it. But I will say, I think one thing to note here is that Haiti, the island, the country of Haiti, has had a target on its back since 1804, when we fought and we won our independence. So I think that that's an important thing to emphasize, because I think it does show us that we live in a society where gaining your independence and for going against the status quo, freedom doesn't come for free. And so Haiti has been paying that price. And I feel like the island, I know this, the country has been made an example of. It was a threat to many other countries. And so I think that Haiti, being the first Black republic, that has motivated and inspired so many other countries to fight for their own independence, that this is possible, that we can do this and that we can win. We don't hear about that part. I was raised in a predominantly white neighborhood where I learned this at home. I learned my history at home because this is stuff that my parents and my family members were teaching me, but that was not what I was reading in my history books. And so I think it's really important to emphasize that, but it's also, I don't even know if I like the term resilience anymore as much. I'm not leaning into that, but what I will speak to is the strength of the ancestors and the understanding, even if this is freedom that we may not really experience at its fullness, we see the vision, we see the future generations, we see the descendants, we see what we're standing for, what we're about. And so I know whose shoulders I stand on. I know the tremendous privilege that I have to be here to sit with you all today. I also know being a first generation Haitian American in this country, firsthand what that experience was like for me to watch my parents come to a new and foreign place, not knowing the language and working so hard to build community, again, in a predominantly white neighborhood where Haitians, and that was my early experience, was really seeing firsthand how when Haitians would come from Haiti and they would land in New Hampshire, my home was sort of the Haitian headquarters. I didn't understand it at the time as a kid, but I saw the example of if there was a Haitian family coming to this part of the country, my parents' door was always open. So our home was always filled with Haitian music, Haitian food. When you speak of the joy, absolutely. Music is it's the oxygen we breathe. It's just as important. And it's the thread that pulls us all together, the art, the music, the food, the community. And Haiti, it's a brief story. I just want to share this because I remember as a kid when I went to Haiti and I was traveling with my dad. There was a man sitting under I don't know if it was a mango tree. He was sitting under a tree and we were driving to go somewhere. And we saw him, he was relaxed under the tree, and we ran our errands. We were gone for hours and we were coming home later on that evening. And the man was still sitting there under the tree. And I remember telling my dad, Dad, this guy's been here the whole day. Like, he's just been chilling under this tree. And my dad was like, but that's what we do. We don't break our backs working. That's rest. And I didn't understand that because that wasn't what was modeled to me in this country. And that's not even the rest I saw my parents afforded to take. That wasn't the rest that they were blessed to have. So it was really being a child of the US, but also a child of Haiti. It was very an interesting, trying to find my place in both of these worlds. But one thing I can just say again, the storytelling, the music, the community, and it's not just family by blood. I'm just saying Haitians. When I saw Sir Yolette and Michelin on the camera, it just warms my heart. Because it's such a strong bond, such a strong connection. And it's just like Haitians our blood is not thin. There's such a tie there. So it's very special for me to be here with you all, singing and conversing. So.
Yes, it's great. Us too,
Thank you.
I'm so glad to meet with you today, I don't
Same.
expect that.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you to let me meet.
Yes. It's everything, y'all. And so I think it's really important to see that when we think about the division in this country right now, and there are so many Haitians sadly have always been a target. We have always been a target in this country. I'm sorry to say it's fact. And it's I have family that have come on the Biden plan. I have family that are here that are it's not just Springfield, Ohio. Haitians in general are not feeling safe, a lot of them. It's a really challenging time, but I also like to say this is not our first rodeo. We will get through this. We are a people of strength and we have always overcome, and I know that this is no different, but it is also important to emphasize what lies can do to people. This is real lives that are being affected by lies that are being spewed. So I want to say that too.
Yeah. And I think I love that, the really the strength and there's a pride and a courage and a strength and a beauty and a joy and a kind of rootedness that comes through everything that you speak. And at the same time, like I look at Mama Yolette and Mama Micheline, and I see them like connecting with these songs and connecting with, the place that you're from, and us all kind of connecting into this subterranean stream, and it's so beautiful and so powerful. So I want to thank you both again, Claudia and Dan, for being here and sharing this strength and this hope and this kind of I think it's important to be reminded that overcoming is possible, because I think it can be easy to lose hope in the face of a great tide, and I think these are the times when we have to encourage each other and buoy each other up, and and lift each other up and uplift and empower and give each other courage. And I feel that moments like this that are supremely beautiful and supremely joyous and yet steeped in so much, quite dark history and quite painful history, but showing that through it all, these moments of radical beauty and strength can emerge is just so necessary and so needed. So thank you again.
I know Dan wants to share a few things too.
Yes, Dan.
If I could add one thing to that, thank you for all that. It is like Claudia said, it's such an honor to be here today. And in addition to everything that's been said, I would say that there's really I think a responsibility that we have as white people. I'm speaking to my white friends and neighbors. The responsibility, and it's a beautiful responsibility to have, which is, in the face of so much negative messaging, it's really our job to learn more, because, when we hear over and over, oh, Haiti is, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, for so much, for so long in my life, I didn't even recognize that they were talking about economics. That's just one part of life. And I always took it to mean, that was the overriding thing. As far as culture goes, it's probably the wealthiest country in the Western Hemisphere. And it's, but if we're not going to get that by reading the newspapers and complaining about the state of things, which is, my go-to. But we really do have this beautiful responsibility to learn more. And that's through food. That's through music, that's through literature, it's through painting. It's all out there. All we have to do, and so, and I love takeaways. So I would invite everyone, the takeaway would be, go and learn, go and learn. We put a bunch of stuff online. We put a playlist to some incredible Haitian music. We put a list of our favorite Haitian foods to order when you go to the restaurant. Seek out where the restaurants are, learn more about the music. It's an incredible adventure. For me, it totally changed my life when I started getting into it, and I wouldn't have met Claudia if I hadn't been on that path. And so I just that's the white perspective. Let's get in there and learn,
because I think this isn't a time to be defeated by this. I think this can galvanize us and bring us together. Our voices have power. And so this is all to say to vote. Again, it's really important that we exercise this muscle and we exercise this power that we are privileged and blessed to have.
Thank you so much. And I just wanted to reflect that, it's interesting how like something as simple as conversation can seem like a radical act sometimes. And a necessarily radical act. And so I really welcome your invitation, Dan, especially coming from a space where, England is like, it's an ostrich with its head in the sand, that just does not want to deal with anything, does not want to face anything, does not want to kind of whitewashes everything. And so it's actually really welcome to have these invitations kind of explicitly stated and very, very much needed, I think,
Yeah, and I would add to that too, that for me, going into a Haitian restaurant, for example, by myself for the first time, not knowing anything, or just a little bit that I've read, not knowing how to pronounce the food on the wall, all that stuff is intimidating. It's not necessarily the easiest thing to do, to step into the unfamiliar like that. But I've never, ever in my life had a situation where I wasn't welcomed and appreciated for making just the smallest little step.
And to also piggyback on that, and as Dan says this, and I feel that so wholeheartedly. And then I also want to say, and imagine the Haitians who come here and can't read the menu and don't understand and are trying to build their lives and trying to figure out their way with hatred being, you know, a side of hatred, walking and moving through all that too. So it's we can do hard things. We can do these things. And so I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but I just wanted to say that is, I think if we can take those risks, have those conversations, put yourself out there, because the rewards are tremendous. You know, the connections you'll make, the people you will meet. Haitians are some of the most beautiful people you will ever meet, truly. I mean, it's right?
It's true.
I mean,
Something else, Dad. You're not allowed to. Could you tell us a little bit more about your upcoming album or anything else that's coming up for you? And then before you close us off with, again, some little tidbits that we can go away with, some little morsels of joy that we can eat and feed our souls with.
I appreciate it. Well, we want to keep the music going because we have a new album that just came out, Pieces of Home. And that's really what it is. It's pieces of all our backgrounds, our cultures, where we've lived. Home's not just where you sleep every night, but home is out there. So that's what this record and album represents. So Pieces of Home is our second Smithsonian Folkways recording. So you can check that out. I believe the link has been put in there too. You can listen, you can stream, you can check out the album. We've got a new video that just came out, very much filled with joy. We've been building community since we moved here to Baltimore. So lots of our friends and neighbors in that video. Fly Like a Raven, you'll see that there as well. And like we're saying, this whole conversation, Mfala, is like, let's stay connected. Let's stay connected. So we have our website information there. Get on our newsletter. Dan and I are putting things out. We want to just keep the conversation going. We're on social media, Dan and Claudia Zanes. And I just think this is not the time to pull apart. Again, let's just continue to come together and keep the conversation strong and going. What else do we have going on, babe?
We're on the Grammy ballot.
Yeah,
so if you're a Grammy voter or you know Grammy voters, this is just the first round. But we'd love all the support. Or if you know people, please spread the word.
Yeah, that would be great. Keep singing. Go eat at a Haitian restaurant. I mean.
Well, my chapeau off to you both. Thank you once
Thank you.
again for a beautiful, beautiful daily antidote of song. And before I forget, a big thank you to Yolette and Micheline joining us from
Merci en pile, en pile, en pile.
gracing us with their presence. Thank you, Claudia and Dan, again for a beautiful session. And you'll take us out with a few verses and then we'll say our final goodbyes.
All right. Okay. Let's put it out there. Whoever comments first in the chat, that's what we're going to do, that song. So someone put something in there. Okay.
Which one is it?
Say On Tifi.
All right.
Remember, your part is Mpap Pale. Say On Tifi ki tap pichon pou la pete chaudière. Pour la voler la lème Mpap Pale. C'est On Tifi qui t'a pris pour la péter chaudière. Pour la voler la lème Mpap Pale. Chanter Mpap Pale. Mpap Pale. Mpap Pale. Mpap koze. Mpap Pale. Mpap Pale. Mpap Pale. Pour la fête chaudière, pour la voler la lème Mpap Pale. C'est On Tifi qui tape cuit pour la fête chaudière, pour la voler la lème Mpap Pale. Mpap Pale. Pati maman mwen, pati papa mwen, pati se Yolette, pati se Micheline, pati Oken moun. Aditi Munyo.
Adieu, Mpap koze.
Merci en pile, en pile, en
Merci
pile,
en
en
pile.
pile. C'est Yolette, c'est Micheline, merci. Que moi réellement content. Fait connaissance aujourd'hui. Merci en pile, en pile, en pile.
And that's
Thank you, everyone.
I don't know if that's what it is, but thank you, Claudia, again.
Thank you, Nabula.
And thank you so much to Yolette and Micheline for joining us today, for
Oui.
bringing us your presence and your elderly wisdom. We
Yes.
don't get we can still bathe in it, even though we don't get to partake in your words, but we feel your presence and your wisdom. Merci beaucoup.
Oui.
And thank you so much to Aaron for doing the sound. Thank you to
Yes,
Joe
thank you, Erin.
going day 1644. Farewell to the Facebook and YouTube live streamers, Dory and Ollie, Hoda in British Columbia, Susan in Cincinnati. Farewell to David and Elsie in Oakland, Athena in Brooklyn, Sheila in Florida, Linda in Orcas Island, Bob, Mabel, and the Bears, who were dancing very vigorously, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Fred in Silver Spring, Kathy in Colorado, Sue in Seattle, Anne in Nashville. Farewell to Jim in Maryland, Caroline in DC, Sarah in Texas, Cricket, Louise in Devon, UK, Martha in Oregon, Anne in Silver Spring, Diane in Puerto Rico. Farewell to Sue Miller in Seattle, Anne in Nashville, Sarah in Texas, Caroline in DC. Farewell to Jamie Dundas in Victoria, Adele, to Bob Gaser, to Becky. Things are moving across my screen, sorry. And farewell to Laris in the UK, Jane in Texas, Pauline and everybody in Newcastle, UK, Storm in Massachusetts, Diane in Massachusetts, Deborah in Kentucky, Nancy in Washington State, and William, Pauline, and Shizuka and Phil, Carol in CT, Kat Cox in Vermont. I think I caught everybody. I feel like I wanted to say farewell to the chicken. Oh, Susan in Cincinnati, farewell to your chicken too. Thank you for bringing it along. Thank you once again to Dan and Claudia Zanes. It was beautiful. It was an honor. My name is Namvala. I was today's host. I'm just checking my notes to see if I've forgotten anything, but I don't think I have. Thank you so much, and we shall see you next time. Tomorrow is another daily antidote of song. Be well, go well, and stay